This piece, which is part of the Dallas Museums of Art American Collection, is a work by artist Raymond Johnson, who lived from 1891 to 1982. It is oil on canvas, measuring 33 by 38 inches. It is entitled Composition 7, Snow, and depicts a stylized winter scene. To the left of the painting, a dark, foreboding hill or mountain juts out of the frame. Swirls of wind and snow whirl around the mountain and across the countryside below, while frozen masses of snow seem to simultaneously cling to and cascade from the cliffside. To me, this piece invokes a sense of chaos, anxiety, and turmoil. These feelings are strikingly juxtaposed by the peaceful, analogous color scheme of cool blues and deep purples. Johnson's addition of a hint of green in the highlights, however, gives the piece an eerie, unnerving, and almost sickening effect. He has painted this piece using different perspective points. We, as viewers, are looking straight at the hills of snow in the distance, but can also see the tops of the hills. This twisted sense of perspective lends itself to the overwhelming feeling of instability and vertigo present in the piece. Johnson's depiction of wind through the use of stylized line work draws the viewer's eyes around the picture, creating a sense of movement and speed. The lines guide the eye in a circle around the piece, forcing the viewer to experience the movement of wind in a visual way. Repetition is created by the flecks of snow that dot the sky. These delicate marks are a stark contrast to the full-bodied, fleshy masses of snow and rock. The rounded masses also echo the blocks of color that fill the painting. Another contrast can be seen in the harsh difference between the lightness of snow and darkness of the mountain's mass. In this sense, the snow becomes a cloak of sorts, masking the darkness underneath with light and beauty. A single tree, deformed by the wind and weight of snow, clings to life atop a snowbank to the right of the picture. Though not the brightest point in the picture, the tree becomes a focal point because it is framed by the swirls of wind. Perhaps this tree symbolizes the life and strength that can exist even in the midst of chaos and tragedy. Johnson's decision to harshly cut off the top of the mountain gives the composition an uneasy sense of being unfinished. This picture is incomplete to the viewer in the same way that the duration of the storm is unknown. The mountain looms over our heads, imposing a sense of helplessness and vulnerability. Just like the tree, we face the possibility of being overwhelmed by forces beyond our control. I find this piece to be an interesting exploration of creating a sense of anxiety through visuals. Though the analogous color scheme is traditionally considered to be serene, Johnson's addition of green to the highlights, his alteration of perspective, his rendering of wind and motion, his stark contrast between light and dark, and his decision to crop the top of the mountain, all come together to create the feeling of unease and apprehension that many may feel during a storm. I also find it interesting that his focal point is not the brightest point, the snowbanks, or the darkest point, the mountainside on the page, but instead almost blends into the background colors of the work. One must examine the piece in order to find the tree. One must allow one's eyes to be drawn by the lines toward it in order to fully appreciate it.